And I love that you said productive changes as well, because I feel so many B2B companies redesign their website for the sake of it.
Mhm.
And we all know no one really enjoys a website redesign. It's a lot of stress, pain, aggravation. So if we
Yes.
can hopefully help some either founders or marketers tuning in, maybe not necessarily a whole rehaul or redesign, but hopefully
Yeah.
make some, like we said, proactive differences that can move the needle, whether that's resonating, building trust, convert. So yeah, let's dive into it. First and foremost, probably one of my biggest frustrations with not just websites, but B2B marketing in general is totally neglecting customer research. And
Okay.
that's number one. And the reason that's probably the biggest killer of websites, from everything from design, content, messaging, and everything
Agreed.
else. Reason being is we don't need to build the website for ourselves. We've probably got a whole warehouse full of our goods, endless supply of our software, endless supplies of our
Yeah.
service. We don't need it to please ourselves or our exec team. We need it to resonate with our dream clients, our dream prospects, the folks that
Yep.
hopefully have the expensive problem we solve and are willing to part ways with their cash. So one of the best ways to fix that issue of neglecting customer research, because if you don't do it, the chances are that there might be messaging on your website that doesn't resonate, there might not be the right content, the design might not hit right. So a lot of the advice I give is quite simple. A lot of the questions I advise is quite straightforward, but sometimes that's the best way. So
That's right. Yeah.
my usual recommendation is, if you can, if you've got access to this, ideally for customer research, you want to interview about 7 clients. But in an ideal world, and I appreciate this is not always available for perhaps newer businesses or smaller companies, ideally they're recently won clients. Reason being,
Hmm.
recently won, they're not biased to you. If you pick
That's
customers that have
right.
been with you for years, they'll be like, oh yeah, Lee's great. I've been working for him for so long, like he can't do anything wrong. And it's like when you try to
Yeah.
dig deep and get that really inside intel, they might not give it to you just because they
Yep.
love you, basically, because they've been working with you for ages. So ideally recently won because they're sold, but they not have
Hmm.
a huge bias. And then asking them kind of straightforward questions, like if we're linking it to the website, we might start with a bit general question like, what was the main problem that you had when you came to us? What was the impact that problem had on your life, your business, getting certain jobs done? What was the tipping point that where it got so frustrating that maybe it was costing you time, maybe it was costing you staff, maybe it was costing revenue, maybe it's just generally very annoying, or you're endlessly moving data from Excel to Google Suite because you needed this new CRM, whatever it is that's linked to your software. You want to ask them things like, what's most important to you when viewing a website in our sector? That's a really open, useful question. And they might
Hmm.
say things like clearly understanding what you do, checking out pricing, checking out a demo, and
Hmm.
that kind of stuff. That's useful intel. If you've got a website already, one I love to ask is, what do you feel is missing on our current website? And again, you'll get some gold dust here. Like they might say straight away on your homepage, like, I didn't understand this, or on your pricing page, you didn't have pricing, or on your demo page, like I couldn't really play out the tool, whatever. Um, Also, another one that's good for general B2B marketing is things like, what made you decide to work with us as opposed
Right.
to other companies? And there's a few others, like you'll probably think of questions while I'm saying these. And the others, like, what were the 2 or 3 other vendors that you're evaluating whilst you were making that process? There's plenty
Yeah.
more you could ask, but those are quite impactful.